May 2011, the day before St. Patrick's Day. I remember this date because I was up late, packing bags, going on a trip the next day to California. And I was watching the news because I had nothing else to do. I had already packed my tech and stuff, and I decided for once in a blue moon to turn on the TV. And I found out that there was a massive earthquake in Japan, massive tsunami, was happening live. And I had tuned in literally as they were filming it coming up. It hadn't reached shore yet. And it was a very awakening experience because you saw this incredible wave of water that just did not stop. It didn't seem to be moving fast, it just didn't stop. And you see boats traveling over farmland. And you see houses that are on fire being carried by water across, and the whole thing is now mud and wood. And then it's a helicopter shot. There are people in cars. And this is where it got sad. Because these people were still driving down the road, and they could clearly see it. They're on a higher up, and they can clearly see, oh, a giant wall of water that's on fire is coming towards me. But a stop sign. I gotta stop at the stop sign. And I was watching in disbelief as these people would stop at the stop signs, turn on their turn signals, pull into parking lots, and then a few seconds later, a massive tsunami would overcome them. And the majority of the time, the helicopter would slowly pan away, and I'm kind of glad that they did. I hope to the best that they escaped. I really don't honestly want to know unless the answer is that... actually, I don't want to know, because to me, this is where I get into social conventions. You have to stop worrying about what people think of you, or you have to stop thinking so solid. And what I mean by that is, certain situations require different thinking. I don't care if you're in a car driving down the road. If there's a tsunami right next to you, you don't stop at the stop sign. You don't turn on your turn signal. And I don't give a fuck if it's a nice car. If there's a bunch of flat fields next to you, you take your car off-roading. I don't care what kind of car it is, because this is your life. The car isn't worth your life. The drive isn't worth your life. What makes humans special is that supposedly we have this ability to think and adapt to our surroundings. And in this case, the surroundings was a tsunami. And what ended up putting a lot of these people in harm's way was their inability to cope with the idea that they can drive their car on something that's not a road. The planes are right next to him, and I understand there were a lot of walls and other stuff, and that's okay. I understand that. I understand that a lot of the Japanese cars are very low to the ground, and maybe they couldn't handle it. But regardless, this not only applies to tsunamis. This applies to everyday life. Applies to one of the fundamental values, the reason why I'm writing this rant. I didn't even write it, I'm doing it right now, off the top of my head, because I'm tired of waiting for me to write one down and do it, is that you have to live your life. You need to go after what you want to do. You need to do what you want to do, not what someone else wants to do, not because you want to make someone else happy, or that you want to make someone else proud. That's not what life is here for. We don't know what we have. We don't know, honestly. We don't know if we continue life after this. And if we do, great. That's wonderful. But until you're there, you don't know. And if you had true faith in that, and I understand this, to a degree. If heaven does exist, why would you not go to it? Why would you not say, why not travel to heaven? I understand that there are many things you should do in life, and there are. I think you should live life to its fullest. I don't think that you should be lazy and just play video games all day and live your life. That's not the way to live life. The way to live life is to do the things you want to do and experience it. Experience music, real music, all the music. Experience food. Experience new countries, new places, new people. Because if you're just sitting in the same spot every day, going to the same school, going to the same work, in the same town you've lived in all your life, then you have, I might hate to say it, but you have wasted your life. Because there are things you have to do now. You only get one life on this planet. That we know. You only get one on this planet. At least I believe we know. And you gotta live it. And it's sad to see people who don't want to because they're trying to do something their parents wanted them to do, or because they felt they had this inner need, like they owed someone to do this. You owe no one. You are your own person, and you need to live your life yourself. I don't care what people think of you. Oh, they might not like me because I'm wearing this shirt and it's kind of childish and blah 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 blah. If you like it, you do it. And I don't care what it is, as long as it's not like illegal or immoral. And even the illegal thing is kind of meh, because we're reaching the point where we have laws that are no longer based off of the people's needs or wants, and that actually go against our freedoms. That's for a later day. What I'm talking about today is be yourself. That's really what it honestly comes down to be. But not just being yourself, but honestly being yourself. Because a lot of people will go around saying, oh yeah, I'm myself, I don't act differently around other people. But you hang out, have someone hang out with you. Hang around other people who are in their homes, and then take them to school, and then take them to the concert. They do act differently. And there are certain social conventions that should be followed too, obviously. You don't just walk into a concert hall where they're playing Bach and start belching the alphabet. But obviously, that's not what I'm trying to encourage. What I'm trying to encourage is, if you want to go to a concert, go to the concert if you can. It takes a lot of judgment. It's a lot of calls that there is no easy way out of. I wish there was. Sometimes there are financial restrictions, family restrictions. Maybe you had a kid before you were really set. Maybe you had a kid when you thought you were set and it turned out you didn't. Maybe you have a couple kids. Maybe you don't have any kids but want one. But you haven't found the right person. Maybe you're trying too hard to find someone. Maybe you've made bad decisions in your life. Don't let that drag you down. It is still your life, and it's still yours to live, and you only have the one shot. And this comes down also to making sure that you survive at bare minimum. If you need food for that night, but you really want to go to the concert, you get food, because it's all about survival. Because if you survive, you will live another day where you can see the concert and you won't go hungry. And so it's a lot of prioritizing. But the biggest fact I want to get out there is, fuck social standards. Colors don't have a gender. Clothes do not have a gender. Only people have a gender. And even then, it's still not really applicable, because the mind is an interesting thing, and it's a complex thing that I can't go into. I've already gone too long on this. But you absolutely need to be yourself and live your own life and make logical decisions. Stop thinking about the social way to do things and start thinking for yourself. Thank you.